Good morning, class. So we are now in our practical research 2 class. So this morning we will discuss about characteristics of quantitative research. So our learning competency for the day is about learner describes characteristics, trends, weaknesses, and kinds of quantitative research. So lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you'll be able to define what is quantitative research. Describe the characteristics of quantitative research. What is quantitative research? It's a systematic investigation of observable phenomena where the researcher gathers numerical data and subjects them to statistical methods. The method of research is highly deductive as it uses data to test hypotheses and theories. Quantitative research uses statistical methods to present and interpret data gathered by the researcher. So unlike in your practical research 1, it's more of the feelings and experiences of your respondents or participants. In quantitative research, it is more of numerical data, so we base our judgment on numerical data. The main goals of quantitative research are to test hypotheses, explore causal relationship, make predictions, and generalize the findings with a population. So you will have a larger samples to test or use as a data set. So try this word maze and find these words that is related to our topic for the day. So these are the clues for the words in the word maze. So number 1, there are fewer chances of getting unclear information or wrong information from the respondents. So the answer would be highly reliable. And number 2, there is a question type that asks respondents to indicate an answer based from a set of predefined responses. So the answer is close-ended. And number 3 consists of set of standardized questions with a fixed scheme which specifies the exact wording or order of questions for gathering information from respondents. The answer is structured. Number 4, the data is presented in numbers like frequency, distribution, and percentage. The answer is numerical outcome. And number 5, quantitative research needs a lot of audience, respondents to represents the whole population. So it's very clear it is large samples. And number 6, a decision can be taken from the entire population based on the outcome of the sample population that is generalized. Okay, then so in your you just write this in your Microsoft Word. These are the guide questions. So what words did you discover? What do you think is the connection of those words you have discovered to quantitative research? Let's go now to our lesson for the day. So let's have now the characteristics of quantitative research. Okay, so as you learned earlier, so quantitative research is about quantifying data based on our large samples. So unlike in qualitative research, it's more on feelings. So now we base our judgment, so it's more scientific, unlike in the quali. Okay, so quantitative research is a popular choice of research, especially in industries. As companies want to know about the demand for the product in the market and preference of customers before making huge investment. So you observe quantitative research is really useful in many industries because they use it to make decisions and also in marketing purposes. So one essential form of characteristic of quantitative research is it has a numerical form. So the output of quantitative research is usually in graphs, statistical data, tables, and percentages. Purpose is it to make the use of mathematical and statistical models to establish an understanding of the problem. Okay, so unlike in quali, it's more of themes, but in quanti, it's can be presented through numerical data such as graphs. I think you already discussed this in your statistics and probability in grade 11. I hope you review this so that you will be guided. Then these are the different characteristics of quantitative research. So large samples, as already know, so we need to have large samples in order for us to generalize our result. So this is one of the strengths also in quantitative research. So unlike in quali, you just need 15 participants in your study. So here we could have hundreds, thousands, etc. The number 2, structured research methods. So quanti is structured because you will follow a certain steps in conducting the study. Okay, so it's scientific. So it must be carefully planned. Okay, then so the survey questions are easy to conduct through offline means. So unlike in as you observe in quali, it's more of opinionated responses because it's more on feelings. The number 3, highly reliable outcome. The outcome of quantitative research method is quite reliable as respondents of the research face close-ended questions. So therefore, there are fewer chances of getting unclear information or wrong information. Okay, so it's because the questions in quantitative research is structured already. So it is close-ended. Unlike in quanti, it is open. So here the responses of the respondents are fixed. Okay, so we already set that. So they just choose it from the set questions. So you will learn that later in making statistical tools or survey instruments. Then, so number 4, as I said earlier, is close-ended. So meaning there's already a specific questions and answers that the respondents will choose in your survey instruments. Okay. Example of these are: how often do you shop online? How often do you pay for the description of a mobile app? And how much are you ready to pay to buy a women's health magazine? And number 5, numerical outcome. The outcome of quantitative research is always in numerical form. A numerical output is easy to read and understand. It is easy to deduce a conclusion from numerical outcome than a detailed result. Okay, so as you observe in many, just like in your reporting, so we have a graphs percentage. So it is easier to read because it is summarized. So you can also easily see in the charts also that you can make conclusions as you learn in grade 7. Okay, number 6, generalization of outcome. The outcome of quantitative research can be generalized easily for the whole population. The reason behind that is quantitative research conducted on large samples. Okay, that is the main reason. So we have large samples in order for us to generalize the outcome or what can we conclude about that population. And number 7, clearly defined research questions. So this characteristic simply requires objective answers and help the researcher to focus on their works towards accepting or rejecting a specific hypothesis. Okay, so in this, before we conduct a study, we need to have a clear research questions. So just like in your PR1, so you have already your research questions. Okay, here, so we have already a structured research questions. So in quantitative research. Okay, so let's do this. Exercise number 1. Write S on the blank if a quantitative research is suitable for the given question, and N if it is not. So in number 1, what is your perception about K-12 curriculum implementation? This has S or an N? Okay, our answer is it's a letter S. Number 2, what is the population of students in senior high school? S or N? Answer is S. Okay, so it's S because it's population, so it's numerical. Then number 3, what is the rank of our candidate during the Miss Universe 2018 competition? S or N? So again, it is an S. Because rank, it is a numerical data. It is used also in our research. We do ranking our data. And number 4, how do the people in Marawi cope up their stress during the war? S or N? The answer is N. Question number 4 is more of qualitative research. Okay, more of feelings. Okay, number 5, what is the average score of grade 11 students in the National Achievement Test? So that is S. Okay, so average score, the numerical data. Number 6, why are many students come to school very late? Oh, it's very obvious. It's letter N. This is a qualitative study. And number 7, what are the factors that determine the motivation of teachers in remote areas? So it is letter S. Okay, so motivation factors. So you will learn more of this later when you conduct study. Number 8, what is the currency rate of peso to dollar? That is letter S. And number 9, what are the challenges of teachers teaching in the conflict areas in Mindanao? So this is more of, so letter N is qualitative. Number 10, how many percent of students were promoted last school year 2016-2017? It's letter S. Okay, so count your scores. So how many of you got 10 out of 10? So passing score for this is 7. Okay, so I hope you are able to guess or answer correctly most of the questions. Okay, let's remember this. Quantitative research is a systematic study of existing problems by collecting and analyzing numerical data using statistical process that generalize findings, predict future outcomes, and investigate causal relationship. The following are the characteristics of quantitative research: large sample size, structured research methods, highly reliable outcome, close-ended questions, numerical outcome, generalization of outcome, and clearly defined research questions. And so let's test ourselves. So you answer this assessment. So you just submit it again. So in the document that I said earlier, write your answers. So you can write only the letter of the answer of this. So this would be your quiz for this module. Okay, I answer this one. I think this is 1 to 5 only. So it's very simple. Okay, so I answer this, and we will discuss this in the next meeting. Okay, so more of the discussion for your additional inputs, you can download the PowerPoints that I attached on the Edmodo. I think you have your account in Edmodo, so you have I hope you have seen the PowerPoint presentation I loaded. I think it is already there last month, so you find time to download it and study it. It's also additional inputs for the module. Okay, so that's all for today. So thank you very much, and enjoy reading again your modules for module 2.